Hello and welcome, Lynx here. We are playing If My Heart Had Wings. I do believe that the very beginning was absolutely stunning. I do believe that I'll absolutely enjoy this game. I mean, we are in the barely second episode, but I can already tell this is going to be something great. Something great. Alright, let's continue. My first job as a dorm mother. That's correct. I work as a dorm mother now. Bet you didn't expect that. But it's to make breakfast for the boarders. That's my first job. Let's go. It's good that I know how to cook. You're welcome.
Aoi-kun, 料理上手だね。おかわり。
Sure, big bowl right.
わかってるね。
I'm pretty confident in my cooking. Until recently I was living with my father, who was ordered to transfer to the country, and every day I helped with the housework. I was in charge of preparing the meals, and it's not like I hated cooking or anything. That's one of the reasons why I accepted the job as a dorm mother. So the others don't eat breakfast, huh? This is just now. No one has come into the dining hall. Sometimes there will be someone walking through the hallway in front, but they seem to be sneaking around. Tanaka looked towards the hallway just as the oldest boarder, Yuka, was speaking before swiftly dashing off.
もう、みんなオブだからね。男の子に免疫がないのよ。
But Keifu is a co-ed school, right?
いくら学校で同じでも、寝起きの緩み切ったすっぴんが見られちゃうわけじゃないからね。
That's the best look for. That's the best one. I'll be honest with you. That's what we want to see! Us men! I see. It seems that a guy being the dorm mother of a girl's dormitory will have its problems after all. There is a reason why I accepted the job as a dorm mother at Flying Fish Manor. Not long ago, the owner janitor collapsed. It sounds like she's pretty old and she's, well as straining her back, she caught a summer cold, which became aggravated. The owner soon began looking for a replacement, but it was hard to find one. Then she sought help from the real estate company where my mother works. This is one of the properties that my mom manages, and is an old acquaintance of the owner from decades ago. Maybe she was a student there as well. She nominated me for this job just as I was planning to come back here. Dude, perfect, everything aligned, let's go. On the documents, my mom is the one responsible for this place, but she got me to carry out the practical duties. In other words, the work of the dorm mother. Can we just make it a dorm father? Then, that became the condition for me coming back to this town. I would anyway, but whatever. As always, she's very crafty, but I wasn't really against the idea, so I accepted. If I knew it was a girls' dormitory, of course, I would refuse. Yeah, you say that, but come on. This place is old, a little far from the school, but the rent is cheap. That's what it is about. Also, to be honest, this looks super nice. Even if it's old, it doesn't look like a rundown in any elements, so... Apart from the food and admin expenses, it costs next to nothing. Oh my god, I want that. For to be honest... No, you know what? This dorm seems nice because everyone seems to have their own room and don't share the rooms. So I like that. Yes, that's something I would totally accept. But if I have to share a room, no. Anyway, that's why it would be a big problem for me if I couldn't stay here, and if in the worst case scenario the boarders won't be able to go to school. So for now it seems that everyone has accepted a guy as the dorm mother. In a way.
ごちそうさー。美味しかった。
I like her. Kanako is great, not gonna lie. She should have a root. I wonder if she has a root. Kanoto stacked up the dishes on the counter and licked her lips in satisfaction.
ま、みんなそのうち慣れるって。じゃ、行ってきまーす。
Have a good day. She had eaten it all. Not even a single grain of rice was left. To help people enjoy my cooking feels pretty good. I feel deeply relieved. I'm happy that things are going well. Ah, gee, I better get ready for school too. Hello. In the entrance of the dormitory, there was Kotori. She was dressed in her uniform and looked like she was about to go to school. Morning, Kotori!
おはよう。
Are you going to school? Shall we go together?
なんでそうなるの？
Why not? Why wouldn't I? Why? Well,
私の足のことを心配してるなら余計なお世話よ。
That's not that! Come on! She put it bluntly as she quickly went out the front door. I mean, I don't have any friends at school, so I was just asking. I looked like we had a strange misunderstanding. I guess she didn't hear that. Wearing my uniform, I make my way to school. I'm a dorm mother, but also a student at Keifu Academy. I mean, this is my real occupation. Today, this is the first day at my new school! I'm not really the shy type, but I guess I'm kind of nervous. I would say that the school I was going to before was a sports-focused, all-boys school. Ugh. Now that I think about it, there is something like that close to me. I would not want to go there. Because they also have a club, technically. It's a shitty club. It's kind of funny how they have like, oh, we are a sports-focused football club. Yeah. In junior leagues, they seem to be doing well. But none of those people make actual careers. So, kinda shitty school to be honest, but whatever. Anyway. Keifu Academy, the school I'll be going to now, is an engineering school. Just like my university back in the day. And a co-ed, and the school traditions are quite different too. As I walk the streets that lead to school, there are more and more groups of people wearing the same uniform. This is the same area in which I lived 5 years ago. There should be a few people that I know, but most of the people who I'd recognize went on to regular schools. I wonder if the ones who chose to go to Keifu Academy remember me. Even if only know one person, it would make a big difference. There will be more weird misunderstanding with Miss Alul too. Oh yeah, which school do Ageha and the others go to? Who? Ageha? Ageha? Who's that? They're my childhood friends who I always played with when I was a kid. Oh, no, not childhood friends, please. The fact that he mentioned a childhood friend kind of makes me not happy. You know I don't like childhood friends. There is Ageha, Mabo. Who? Hotaru. Who? And Anchan. What are we talking about? Whatever, out of the group, Ageha and Mabo are the same age as me, but we haven't met in 5 years and haven't really stayed in touch. We just about managed to exchange New Year cards, but that reminds me, in the corner of last year's New Year card, I think there was a small message about which school we are planning to go to. What did it say? A lot of things happened. Or maybe I'm just lazy, but I haven't told anyone apart from Anchan that I'm coming back. To be honest, I'm not even sure how I should be if I met them. And this is when, poop! With ones like I should probably smash my face and she'd say, "When you contact me!" or something. She looked and acted like a real tomboy. Oh, okay. You know what? That childhood friend might be saved. When I remember the past, it makes me smile, but...
Oh.
At a point where the town street leading to school meet, there was a girl wearing a Keifu uniform standing there looking towards me. The other girls that she was walking to school with asked, "What's up?" and seemed puzzled as they spoke to her. However, it seems that that girl can't hear them and she's staring over here at me. Just faintly, her eyes seemed full of surprise. She's pretty cute. Yeah. Without realizing, I'd stopped walking and was staring at the girl. Until a few days ago, I was going to an all-boys school. The sight of a girl on the way to school in her uniform, she was pretty cute too! Causing me to get palpitations is perfectly reasonable. No, it's not.
もしかして、葵?
Hmm? Yes, it is I! Suddenly having someone call my name in such a carefree manner made me feel a little nervous. Who is this?
やっぱり葵だ! 嘘、本当に?
Hmm? Then she said my name again, and she has such a happy expression on her face. Do I know any girls this cute?
No! Wait! I've seen this face before.
When she smiles like this, and her eyes sparkle like a little kid's. Is that you, Ageha?
もしかしなくてもアゲハよ。忘れちゃったの？私の顔。
Oh, is this... I think it's Hikari Hokibushi. The same voice, I think. Anyway. She asked as she briskly moved closer, bringing her face right up to mine. It's definitely her. She's changed a lot, but if I just look at her face, there is no doubt that it's her. Is that really that, Ageha?
しつこいな。他にどのアゲハがいるってのよ。
Yeah, this is the same voice actress. Love it.
正真正銘、本物の姫木アゲハです。
What is it? What is it? Some other girls! As they gathered around in circle. Ageha turned to face them and introduced me.
この子、水瀬葵くん。転校生よ。サッチンは覚えてるよね。
What do you mean transfer student? Sachin? Who's Sachin? Sachin replied, No way! Aoi! As she warmly raised her voice in praise. When we were in the 4th grade of elementary school, we were in the same class once. Oh yeah, that's true. Japanese
私と葵は
stuff.
幼馴染なの。昔ここに住んでたんだけど、転校してっちゃったのよね。
That's true. That's true. Japanese schools, for some, I mean, it's a good thing to be honest. Like each year, basically they mix the people with other people, kind of. It's kinda cool, to be honest. For me, it would not be doable in primary school because there was literally only one class in my school. But in middle school and high school, it would be doable. Anywho, whatever, who cares? Anyway. Also, it's kind of funny how if my heart had wings and a sky full of stars, right? As I mentioned, Ageha over here is voiced by the same person as Hikari over there. It's funny how in here we are the transfer student and previously it was Hikari who is the transfer student. So basically the VA was the transfer student and now I am. And anyway, the girls seemed impressed by Ageha's explanation and they looked at me with eyes full of expectation. Why? Nice to meet you, I'm Aoi Minase. In front of all these girls in their uniforms, I greeted them with a stern look on face as I tried to hide my embarrassment. Ageha laughed as she looked on with relish. I never thought I would find myself doing introductions in the street on the way to school like this, so I was totally unprepared. I'll say it again. Let me do it again! I could hear Miss Alu's words in the back of my mind.
背伸びたわね。最初誰かわかんなかったわ。
As she spoke, Ageha was moving her hands around my head to show the difference in height between myself and her. Our bodies were making contact, but she either didn't notice or didn't really mind. I flinched slightly, but the fact that she was so unreserved actually made me feel more comfortable.
昔は私といい勝負だったのに。男の子はずるいな。
I mean, I'm not really tall in real life, so yeah. I'm 171 only, so yeah. Anyway, speaking of which, you've changed too!
そう？
As she said, You think so? She looked at herself. Yeah, you always look like a boy, so I was surprised to see that you became a girl. Wow! Why would you say that? You should have finished if you changed. Those were my honest thoughts, but I said them in a way that sounded weird. I thought she might find it slightly charming, but...
ぬふふん。どうだ、いい女になっただろう？
Yes. Yes. The answer is yes. Ageha laughed happily and did a little turn on the spot. The force of her spin made her skirt float around gently. Yeah, it's like you're not really Ageha. While dazed and not really thinking, those thoughts just kind of slipped out.
イエーイ、やったね。
Ageha was pleased and did high fives with her friends. Seeing her in high spirits like that was just like old times. Ageha, my best friend during my childhood, hadn't changed in the 5 years that had passed. You said she did. Her appearance was surprising for... Why? Plenty cute. The lessons on my first day at my new school flew by in the blink of an eye. Nice. Between the language and social studies lessons taught in the regular schools were those from a specialist curriculum. I was still in the 2nd grade, so there aren't that many, but it looks like when you go into the 3rd and 4th grades, the number of these specialist lessons increases. By the way, this is a 5-year school. Ooh. I bid you good luck, man. That's why when walking the hallways, this kind of thing happens. What kind of thing? She's pretty. Coming from an all-boys school with its sad customs, I couldn't help my eyes from following girls as I walked past them.
ほほう。早速女子のチェックですか？
No, that's not it. I just thought that they look really grown up, that's all.
4年か5年の先輩じゃないかな。
That's what I'm aiming for.
At our age, a gap of 3 or 4 years is pretty big. Is it? The students in the upper grades look very mature.
それにね、うちってこの手の専門学校にしては女子の比率が多いんだよ。
Why is that? Well, thinking I really took an interest in that, and Ageha looked at me as if she wanted to call me a pervert. What?
校舎の建て替えと同時期に女子生徒の受け入れを強化したんだって。
I see. I thought about that before I transferred. They increased the number of courses for girls and asked famous designers to make the designs for the new building. It has been said,
Thanks to the ratio of boys and girls is about 50-50.
which is one of the selling points of the school. I don't know if I would see this as a selling point myself. I mean, if they created, you know, a specific type of degree that basically more girls would go for than guys, then makes sense, yeah. Anyway, this is like too deep of a topic to dive into now. Bearing this in mind, I felt uneasy about choosing this school as the one I would transfer to, but I'd like people to think that it can be helped because I'm from an all-boys school. By the way, it's now lunchtime. Ageha is in the middle of giving me a guided tour of the school building. Yeah, but this is really amazing school. I would not say that about the one I attended. The school itself is pretty old for. Is it for? Is it? Because from the looks of it, it's like they built it in 2040. Did I miss a text? No, I didn't. Due to it being a special kind of school, of course, it's famous in the local area. I've known about it too since I was a little kid. The school building has been rebuilt over the last few years, with the renovations divided into several stages, the last of which was completed just 1 year ago. Oh, so you basically were transferring at the perfect moment, when everything is done. Damn, you are lucky. You were born in the lucky generation in a way. I was born in a generation that basically went out of the school, and that's when the school decided, you know what? Let's do upgrades. Anyway, it said that this because of the famous designers. The design uses many curved lines, so the appearance is far removed from what they generally associate with the word school. Yeah, you're kind of correct, not gonna lie. I'd say you would think this is some kind of hotel, maybe? Resort? It felt like I had entered some kind of sci-fi setting.
備も最高だよ。冷暖房完備、完全バリアフリーでどんな人も安心して学校生活が送れます。
Disabled access. That's right, Miss Alul. I mean, Kotori should be somewhere in the school.
でもさ、葵、ほんと変わったよね。
Huh? Ageha, as she walked by my side, was happily murmuring as she looked at my face.
顔とか昔はもっと可愛らしかったのに、なんかゴツゴツしちゃってさ。
Yeah, same to you.
ひどっ、私ゴツゴツなんてしてないもん。
If she knew that when we met on the way to school earlier, I thought, she's pretty cute. She'd never let you go, so I'd better keep quiet. I think you should say it. I would say it.
あんちゃんから聞いてなかったら気づかなかったわよ。
You heard it from Anchan.
そう、葵が帰ってくるってね。
Oh. By the way, I'm in the same class as Ageha. She knew that I might be coming as a transfer student, which is why she wasn't that surprised by our chance meeting this morning.
あんたね、帰ってくるなら連絡くらいよこしなさいよね。
Contracted me, what? Oh, there will be typos, won't there be? Sorry. The reason why we call him Anchan isn't because he's like an older brother type guy. Aniki, an older guy, like a big brother, yeah. He was our childhood friend, but he was much older than us, so we named him Anchan. He's not related by blood, but he's just like a real big brother. Okay. Ageha glared at me and said, "Gee!" as I tried to laugh it off.
昔の私ならアックスボンバーかましてるところよ。
She wouldn't really have hit me, right? As we talked, we went back to the classroom. Damn! Wow! The classrooms weren't exactly normal either. Yeah? I feel a little uneasy taking lessons here, but maybe I'll get used to it sometime soon. By the way, there's a girl in a wheelchair in the school, right? Miss Alul... I mean, she's called Kotori Habane. Ask her as we return to our seats. I didn't ask what grade she was in, but even if it's not the same, I thought Ageha would at least be aware of her. Oh, seems like they are not on a good terms, maybe. Ageha reacted like she was being evasive. It wasn't just Ageha, but the other people sitting nearby who heard our conversation also seemed kind of awkward.
ハバネさんならうちのクラスだよ。今日は来てないみたいだけど。
After Ageha said that, someone added, "You mean today either, don't you?" The way she said that seemed quite harsh. But can be, I mean... I thought about explaining that she had left the dormitory this morning in her uniform, but I held my tongue. The atmosphere was kind of strange.
ここんとこずっと休んでるんだ。体調が良くないみたいでさ。
Not feeling well. Yesterday she had went out to Windmill Hill, and then later she was chasing the duck around the halls of the dormitory. And this morning she left wearing her uniform. Is she skipping school? Is she? She is. However, more worrying than what Kotori is up to is the reaction of the others in the class when they heard us talking about her. Even Ageha looked like she had something she wanted to say but couldn't. But I don't really know what the situation is, so I can't really say anything.
Oi, Yamamoto! 英語の辞書を貸してくんね?
As the awkwardness started to fade, an optimistic voice called out. From the entrance of the classroom, a careful-looking guy poked his head and started speaking to a boy in our class.
お、ちょうどいいところに。おーい、マーボー。
Who?
だよ、アゲハ。なんか用か?
The guy known as Mabo came into the classroom.
お前と仲良くしてっと、エリちゃんのご機嫌が悪くなんだよ。
Who?
あれってやっぱ、ジェラシーってやつだよな。
いいからこっち来い。
お、誰これ？転校生？アゲハは見た目結構可愛いけど、中身男だから気をつけろ。
Ageha and I both looked blankly at him for a moment.
なんだよ。
Look, I no see, Babu.
は？
Why is this transfer student being so buddy-buddy with me? His face seemed to say. It's me. Have you forgotten me?
俺だよって。え？お前、葵？
I looked at Ageha and she
にや
she wanted to surprise him, so it seems like she intentionally didn't tell him. This slightly superficial guy is Masatsugu Tasaki, or Mabo as we call him. He's our childhood friend, too.
なんで葵がここにいるんだよ。てか、転校生って？
Yo.
あんた驚きすぎ。
そりゃ驚くって。
You seem well, Mabo. You've grown pretty big. Masatsugu used to be really small, but now he was about the same size as me. What a weird thing to say. It's not quite like the change in Ageha, but in the 5 years that have passed since we were kids, it looks like he's grown to about twice the size. Again, please stop talking.
Oh
boy. We grabbed each other by the right hand. This was instead of a small, quiet greeting.
本当に葵なのかよ。
I'm back, Mabo.
おかえり。葵。
This time, BAM! He gave me a full-on hug. Oi, 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 oi.
熱い友情ってやつだね。
Well, you didn't give me a hug. We should... No. Anyway, we're the only ones who thought so, whereas all of the girls around us were totally freaked out. Oh no.
会いたかったよ。
Oh no. What?
じゃねえよ、この裏切り者。
Mabo suddenly backed off and thrust his fingers at the end of my nose.
What is this all of a sudden?
いきなり出て行ったと思ったら、ろくに連絡もよこさねえで。俺やアゲハがどんな思いでいたか、てめえ知ってるのか？
いやいや、勝手に私を巻き添えにするな。
そのくせよくものこのこと。
I'm sorry, but it's not my fault. But I had to move away. If you want to complain, say it to my dad.
I thought about writing a letter, but I felt kind of embarrassed. For the most part, the fact that there was no contact was both our faults.
この裏切り者め、俺は絶対許さないかんな。お前なんか嫌いだ。バカバカ。
With saliva flying out of his mouth. Luckily, I avoided all of that. As he emphasized his words, Mabo forgot all about borrowing the English dictionary and he stormed out of the classroom.
子供かい。
Seems like it, yeah. It wasn't just us, but everyone in the classroom was shocked.
こうなると思って教えてなかったんだけどね。知ってたらあいつ最初から全開であんな感じだっただろうから。
Yeah. I think that was the correct decision. I want to say thank you. Even so, he did seem really upset about it.
あいつ最近彼女ができて調子づいてんのよ。
Nani?
小さい頃は「葵、アゲハ待ってよ」とか言って私らの後にくっついてきてたのにね。大丈夫、すぐ元通りになるって。だってあいつ葵大好きっ子だもん。
No, don't say it like that. It sounds weird. Very weird.
そう、可愛いじゃない。
While we carried on docking the bell to mark the end of lunchtime sounded. I freaking love that sound of the bell. I'm weird, maybe. I bet the people who studied in Japan basically might not like that, but me hearing that kind of bell, oh, this is bliss. I love that sound. Anyway, everyone put away their lunchboxes and got ready for the next lesson. Because in Poland, basically a bell is like the alarm bell kind of thing. It's annoying. Anyway, again, Ageha went back to her seat. She stopped halfway and then walked back. What's up? She seemed concerned about those around us and lowered her voice.
なんでハバネさんのこと知ってるのかなって。
Well, the truth is, my asked me to be the mother of a student dormitory, so...
I lowered my voice so that those around us couldn't hear.
寮の管理人？
Kotori is boarding there, so yeah.
そうなんだ。
My mask me to take good care of her.
This guy literally doesn't pay attention to how he words his sentences. What the hell? Even if she hadn't, I'd be worried about her anyway. As she listened to my explanation, Age had thought it over. Her expression darkened somehow.
このまま来なくなるんじゃないかってみんな心配してる。あんまり学校が楽しくないみたいなんだ。
Leave it to me. It looked as if she was saying, I can't believe she doesn't enjoy school. What do you mean? It is quite possible. I have not enjoyed like high school at all, for example. Other schools were fine for. Anyway, you seem to enjoy it for.
私もちろんだよ。だって楽しいじゃない学校。
I guess. It was still my first day at a new school, but I was enjoying it quite a lot too. I think.
そっか。そうなんだ。
Whether or not she was convinced by my story, Ageha mumbled something or other as she returned to her seat. After school. I was alone and was wandering around the school building. This was so that I could take a look at some of the club activities. Film studies, Theater club, there is even an RC club. Is this the cycling club, basically? I'm not sure. This is, after all, a specialist school. Looking at the playing field from the window in the heat outside, I saw the sports clubs practicing. I'd be in a football one. Maybe. Compared to my school, it's pretty calm. The sports clubs at the school I used to go to were taken so seriously. The sight of training before a match was one of grueling harshness. Wait. What do I mean my school? I'm a student of this school now. I'll go take a look. I went down next to the playing field to watch the sports clubs practicing. Before long I started to feel a little down, so I left. The doctor said that if it's light exercise, it shouldn't be a problem. I tried stamping down strongly with my right foot, and there isn't really any discomfort. There, the baseball club, which was returning from the off-campus running course, entered through the school gates.
Ah, Minase! お前、あのMinaseだろ?
The one calling me was an old acquaintance. Oh, Chutaguchi! Long time! It's been a long time!
お前、帰ってきたんだってな。もう部活は決めたのか?
Nah, not yet. I'm going around taking a look now.
野球部入れよ。お前なら、すぐレギュラーなれるぞ。
When I was a kid, I often played baseball in the park. Some of the guys in the group that were my teammates or on the other team were in the baseball team. I'll think about it. I casually responded, and the baseball team members replied, "Come on, join us, seriously!" as they returned to the playing field. If I could do physical activities, baseball, in fact, anything would be okay. As I grumbled to myself, I felt that I didn't want to go back to the playing field, so I entered the path leading to the back of the school. He easily recognized him. That's crazy. I spent a while walking around the back of the school. It was called the rear garden, but looked like it hadn't been taken care of at all. It was just an empty space with weeds growing everywhere. In that empty space there was a garage. Ooh. My interest is piqued. Hello, coming in. It looks like no one's here, but I thought I should say something to let them know, just in case. Is this place used for club activities too? Or is it used for lessons? I don't know what they're used for, but there are many tools and parts crammed onto the shelves that cover the walls. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa! Left side, left side. We might have seen that already. Left side. You know what I mean, yeah. Then in the center is a huge object cover with a sheet. Aww. The feeling that had washed over me like a wave when I watched the sports club strangely subside from being here. The tools and the dim-lit garage must have reminded me of the times when I would tinker with my bicycle. What is this used for? I conceal the sound of my footsteps and I sneak inside the garage. Tuk 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 tuk. It's pretty spacious. There is a tea set here too. There was no doubt about it. Someone was using this place. I get a strange sense of activity. I guess it must be one of the clubs. Woo! But there is someone here! I was surprised. It felt like my heart was going to jump out. Ooh. Cutie pie. The person over there seemed to not have noticed me at all. I'm not sure if you could call it a drawing board, but as she stared at the plants that were placed there, she was kind of groaning. I like her. I'm sorry for letting myself in here. I'll be going now. It's no good. She didn't hear me. Her eyes were so serious as she stared at the plants, and she looked like she was really concentrating. I didn't know what to do, so we just looked at her from the side. Now that closely, she's really beautiful. Hey, why am I staring at her? No. Aoi, wake up, wake up. I hurriedly look away. However, it looks as if she still hasn't noticed me, so I take another glimpse. She looks quite mature. Is she in the fifth grade? She's so pretty! Kotori is pretty too, but this person is different and has a mysterious charm. She might be the one. She suddenly stood up. I'm sorry? Without thinking, I avert my eyes and apologize, but she's looking straight. Past me and grabs a big, thick book from the shelf.
やっぱりそうか。
She flicked through the pages and looked like she had found something, before going straight back to her seat. Really? No? In good spirits, she began swiftly drawing the plans. The pen made a nice swoosh sound as it ran across the page. The feeling of maturity that she had until just now suddenly changed. Which smiles. All of a sudden, she looks more like a kid. No. She looks just happy. As her eyes looked straight at the plants, they looked as though they had a crystal clear purity to them. Just like an innocent child, her eyes looked as though she believed that the world is full of wonderful, sparkling things.
これでよしっと。
Her hand stopped moving. I got the timing right. Excuse me. She finally noticed me.
いや、こんにちは。
Even if I had unexpectedly appeared like that, she didn't show any signs of caution, and still in good spirits smiled as she greeted me. Hi. I thought that I should say something to her, but I didn't think of what to say after that, yeah.
どうかしたのかい？
I'm sorry that I just let myself in here. I just transferred here today, but I was taking a look at the club activities and I got lost and came in here somehow, yeah. I got carried away and said more than I needed to, but she didn't seem interested at all. Damn it. She looked at me as if to say, Yes, and?
勝手に入ってくれて構わないぞ。
Oh. It seemed like a kind of blunt way to say it, but she wasn't angry or anything. She has a strange way of speaking. Well, I'm sorry then, I better go then. As I said it like a total loser, a huge sound echoed around the garage. I wonder what's that noise?
ああ、お腹すいた。
With a lack of energy in her voice, the beautiful girl before me held her stomach and fell down onto the drawing board. What? Was that the sound of your stomach just now? We were inside the garage, so the sound echoed like crazy and sounded like a growl of a monster.
空腹だったことを体が思い出してしまったらしいぞ。
Time to save the day. She seemed to sway as she tried to get up, but she didn't have enough energy, so she slumped back down with her cheek on the drawing board. I mean, let's see. Would you like to eat this? I took some bread out of my bag. I thought I'd get hungry with just a lunchbox, so at lunchtime, I bought some melon bread. Her eyes shone as if she were an explorer who had discovered treasure in a cave in some unexplored place.
いいのか？
Go ahead.
ありがとう。
She took the melon bread, opened the wrapper immediately, and bit into the contents. She was getting crumbs everywhere, but really looked like she was enjoying it as she devoured it greedily.
おいしい。おいしい。久しぶりのカロリー摂取だ。
What? Could that be because she's poor? Nah. The fact that she was so ecstatic over something like a melon bread actually made me quite worried. She didn't show any signs that she was thinking of my generosity and just ate up the high-calorie melon bread.
おいしかった。
I like her. Damn it, I'm gonna say that about every girl, won't I? Damn it! She murmured happily, looking happy as can be. She looked like she was mulling over a taste of the melon bread in her brain.
脳に糖分が染み渡る。
Please, stop. She said as she turned back to the drawing board. Then she started drawing the plants again with incredible energy. From the serious look on her face, it seemed that she had already forgotten about me. She's so strange, but also... I'm interested. Not just a little, but very strange. But I'm interested. I'll be off now. I know you said you mumbled something. Can you do it? Perhaps she didn't hear me. I put the melon bread wrapper that she had left behind in my pocket and turned to leave. I reluctantly left the special atmosphere of the garage behind me. It's amazing how she's basically able to cut off everything around her. Well then, maybe I should head back. By the time I had finished watching the various clubs, the sky was orange as the sun was setting.
あ、いた。
Agaha was to the school gates. She looks towards me and points the cell phone she's holding at me.
まだ残ってたら一緒に帰ろうと思って何回もかけたのにちっとも出ないんだもん。
I told Agaha that I would take a look at the club activities before leaving.
着信履歴見てみ。
I mean, I left it at the dormitory, so yeah.
はあ？なんで？それじゃ携帯の意味ないじゃん。
I know! Doesn't it say in the school rules that you can't bring cell phones to school?
そうだけど、そんなの守ってる子いないよ。
There is one person right in front of you right now. Apparently. It's right if you don't get caught, it seems. Yeah. In my case, I'm not so worried about the school rules. It's just too bothersome to carry a cell phone around with me. That's not true. Yes. Me and my cell phone are basically one. Kind of.
せっかく番号教えてもらったのに、これじゃ意味なしだよ。
How do you know my number? 5 years ago, when I left Kazegaura, I was still just a kid, so I didn't have a cell phone.
さっきあんちゃんから聞いた。メアドも送ってもらったから、これからバンバンメールするね。
What? No, don't bother, it's too much hassle. Writing text on a cell phone is too fiddly, which is a real pain, so I don't really like it. I prefer that, actually. That MC is different than me. But looks like Agaha isn't listening to me and has started walking on ahead.
じゃあ帰ろっか。どうだった？転校初日は。
Seems like an interesting school. It was different to the sports schools or regular schools. It had a special kind of atmosphere. Everyone looks like they enjoy it and it's, how should I say, like they come here to hang out.
それは言えてるかも。 みんなやりたいことがあって来てるからね。
Things they want to do.
入りたい部活は見つかった？
I don't know. There were a few that seemed interesting for.
うち運動部はあんまり盛んじゃないから、葵には物足りないかもね。
What do you do, Ageha?
私はロボット部。ロボット作ってコンクールに出るの。
Damn! Robot Club! Robots! That sounds interesting too.
葵だったらいつでも大歓迎だよ。
But that would also require programming, I bet, so ugh. Yeah, I'll think about it.
それじゃあ、私こっちだから。
Isn't your place around here?
ああ、引っ越したんだ。風見商店街が再開発でなくなったのを知らないの？
What? No way, seriously?
でっかいショッピングモールができたの。うちの店もそこに入ってるんだよ。
Damn.
また休みの日にでも案内してあげるよ。じゃ、また明日ね。
またね。Hey!
何？
Thanks for everything today!
いいっていいって。今度パフェでもおごってくれたらそれで十分。
No, I mean, that you are the same way towards me as in the past. That's what I mean.
ああ、うん。
Kind of. That was a big help.
私も葵が見た目以外変わってなくてよかった。あ、見た目もそんなに悪くないよ。極秘情報をリークするとね、今日だけでいろんな子から葵の携帯番号を聞かれたし。
Uh-oh. Seriously?
訂正。スケベになったね、葵。
So what? I didn't have that kind of thing at an all-boys school.
まあ、健全な男子である証拠か。
Hell yeah.
しばらく会わないうちに大人になっちゃったんだね。
I can't look happy as she said that. So have you. To be honest, I thought she would have grown up to be more rough and tomboyish.
だね。
Aka started smiling quietly. Looking at that innocent smile reminded me of how Ageha was when she was still just a kid.
おかえりなさい、葵。
Yeah. Tadaima or something like that.
また明日からよろしくな、アイポ。
She clearly has feelings. Ow! She gave me a great big slap on the back.
じゃあね。
Yep, she clearly has feelings. You can tell that. Ageha gave me a big wave and turned the corner.
Ouch, you doofus.
She might have gotten a little cuter, but she hadn't really changed on the inside. Which is fine. Welcome back, huh? Her attitude hasn't really changed since before, and somehow I felt that it had saved me. Saved you? What do you mean? Saved you from what? You need to explain, mate. After Ageha and I went our separate ways, I did the shopping for dinner on the way back. It's gonna be hot again tomorrow, so I have to give them some food that will give them stamina. Enthusiastically, I put the menu together in my head. Oh no, I forgot to buy milk! There was a convenience store right in front of me. 5 years ago, there was a tobacconist here. Basically, what? A shop with tobacco? That's it? Anyway, it's still expensive, but I don't have time to go back to the supermarket. I thought to myself. The automatic doors opened and the one with the self-proclaimed cool allure left the shop. She had a bag on her lap and she had a smile on her face which was the exact opposite of cool. She didn't notice me and went back in the direction of the dormitory. It's her. She didn't go to school, so what is she doing? I gave up on buying the milk and followed Kotori. You probably would manage to get the milk and follow her, but when she got back in the dormitory, Kotori opened the front door just slightly.
Hatto!
She called Hatto from the other side of the door and spoke to him about something. She was sneaking around and seemed really suspicious.
あいつがいないか見てきて。ほら、あいつよ。あの意地悪な男子。
We should approach right quietly behind her. Next to her ear, I'll be like, I'm right here. Is she talking about me? This is a girl's dormitory, so I'm the only boy here. I don't remember being meanful. I don't know why, but it would appear that she's sneaking around to avoid being found by me. If that's how you feel. I headed for the back door to the dormitory. Tick, 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 tick. I'll hide in the kitchen for now.
Wah, wah.
Shh! If this is about me, tell her I am not here.
Wah.
I doubt that he got the message, but wiggled his butt as he left the dining hall and headed for the entrance. While I'm waiting in the ambush, I'll put the food I bought in the fridge. After a little while.
いないみたいね。よしよし。
When Kotori came into the dining hall, she went straight for the cupboard and took out a spoon. And I'm like, Guten Abend, Kotori-chan. Without taking out a dish, she stayed seated in her wheelchair. She put the shopping bag from the convenience store on the table. Inside was Häagen-Dazs. Needless to say, it was top quality ice cream. Not only that, but it was family size. It's the big pot that costs 2,500 yen. She opened the lid and in her right hand she had the type of spoon that you'd eat things like curry with.
やるわよ。ついに。
Good luck, Kotori. Kotori's spoon was still above the smooth surface of the Häagen-Dazs. Then she dug a big hole in it. I do remember in A Sky Full of Stars them mentioning some kind of ice cream, and it might have been the same thing. One scoop like that would be about 100 yen, and she stuffed the whole thing in one mouthful. Brain freeze? No. I mean, to be fair, it wasn't a fridge and she was outside. Yeah, maybe no sense for brain freeze. Anyway, she brought her hand to her cheeks as though she was flooding in happiness from the bottom of her heart. What is she doing? Seeing what she was doing made hiding and watching her seem pretty ridiculous. Without knowing I was watching, Kotori began to shovel in more ice cream like a construction machine. Honestly, we should just say, seems like you're enjoying yourself there. Even if it was only 105 yen ice cream, you'd savor the flavor more than that. With that, oh, there we go! With the next mouth of ice cream, Kotori suddenly lowered her head, holding her temples. Brain freeze. I knew it. It did happen in the end. Despite being outside for a moment with the ice cream, huh? To be able to get brain freeze from eating too much Häagen-Dazs is the very height of luxury. During this little pause, Kotori opened up her notebook. There is something written there. I sneak up a little closer behind her. Shh. Next to the words. Eat as much Häagen-Dazs as I want. Kotori hardly wrote the word done.
Mission complete.
Oh, okay, I understand what this is, yeah. Her goals, and so I understand this. It seemed to be some sort of list. Things I want to do. There was the title and there were bullet points below. Stroke the head of the big dog in the neighborhood. It's risky, but it might be unexpected. And if possible, I'd like to ride around on its back. Fill the bath with water and swim in it like a pool. Pie throwing. And so on. Among those was, go and see Windmill here. With done written next to it. What's this? Kotori's scream pierced from my right ear and out of my left. I was here before you were. Her mouth was open in shock as she looked at Hat. Hatto. Well, I guess it's no good sending a dog to scout the place out. Even if he was able to completely grasp what his responsibility was, there is no way he could convey the message. Kotori seemed ashamed and looked away. I'm sorry I surprised you. You were sneaking around, so I wonder what you were doing. That's it. I didn't mean to spoil her personal enjoyment. Why? I went back to the kitchen and get things ready for dinner. Kotori's face seemed to say, no, it only tastes half as good, as she sulkily ate the ice cream. While taking the time of school...
風邪ひいてるの。ケホケホ。
She's blatantly lying! It's hilarious. Would someone who has got a cold be eating ice cream? Yes. Yeah, I do that, actually. Okay, I'm the dorm mother, you know. I have to make sure the boarding students have the right kind of lifestyle.
私はあなたを寮母と認めた覚えはないわ。大体男なのに寮母っておかしいじゃない。
In a way, I agree, yeah. She went to the trouble of turning around so that she could point at me. If you want to call me dorm father, then that's fine by me. Kotori turned back around and went back to enjoying her ice cream. If you weren't at school, then where were you? I softened my tone a little as I asked her.
あなたには関係ない。
Did you go back to the windmill hill? She's ignoring me and eating her ice cream. It has got something to do with me.
だから、私はあなたを寮母だなんて。
I don't mean that. Yesterday, if I hadn't been passing by, there would be... Where would you be right now? If you're not careful in a place like that, then maybe nobody would have come. If you can't move your wheelchair, what would you have done by yourself? Huh.
それは。
Do you still think it's got nothing to do with me? Huh? I'm not accusing her of anything. That's why I tried to speak as gently as possible, so as not to sound too harsh. However, I showed her how serious I was.
だから、お礼言ったでしょ。この私がお礼言うなんて、すごく珍しいことなんだから。本当よ。オオサンショウウオくらい希少なのよ。逆に感謝してほしいくらいだわ。
Are you proud of that? If you think that people will be happy because it's so rare, you're severely mistaken. Kotori seemed daunted by this sound argument, put down the spoon and started thinking seriously.
でも、私こんなだから何もできない。アイス食べる？高いやつよ。
No, I don't. I sounded mean, so Kotori.
I became tearful all of a sudden.
Her cheeks were quivering as she desperately tried to hold back the tears.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was joking. Don't make that face, please.
別に普通だもん。
That's right. See? You're fine.
ガーガー。
Hatto! Quacked as though he was trying to cheer Kotori up. Okay, I wouldn't tell you to say thank you, would I? It's just that if you go out without telling anyone where you're going, it's kind of dangerous, you know. She wiped the corner of her eye a little with her finger.
わかるけど、わかりたくない。わかるわけにはいかないの。
Somehow that's what the look on her face said. She put the spoon down and went to leave the dining hall. Where are you going?
顔洗ってくるの。アイスで口の周りがベタベタするから。
She closed the notebook and put it on her lap. Then a piece of paper fell from the notebook. Oh! You dropped something! Kotori looked as though she hadn't heard and left the dining hall. Hatto went after her. As the sound of the wheelchair grew farther away, I let out a big sigh. Maybe I said too much. It's just that I really was worried about her. I don't know anything about what's going on with Kotori, so perhaps I was unnecessarily interfering. Wait. Speaking of which, she was wearing her uniform. However, she was wearing her own clothes yesterday when she went to the windmill hill. Could it be that she was actually planning on going to school? That's possible, isn't it? As I thought of that, I felt my mood lighten a little, and I picked up the piece of paper that she had dropped. Huh? For a moment, I couldn't believe my eyes. It was a notice for withdrawal from school. Oh no. Oh no.
I
was depressed while I was cleaning up after dinner and Kaneko came to comfort me. What? Why did everyone leave so much uneaten?
ちゃんと美味しかったよ。
For tonight's dinner, Kanako was the only one who ate all of her food. Best girl. Without exception, everyone else left some uneaten.
Tomorrow, I'll make even more tasty food, so that no one will leave anything uneaten.
I felt renewed determination, and then the duck came waddling into the dining hall.
ハット先輩、ガンチャース。わわ。そっか、お腹空いてんだね。葵くん、なんか食べるものある？
Huh? I mean, there is some vegetables left over.
それでいいよ。
Kanako took the leftover vegetables and fed them to the Hatto. Is this like her pet? Are you allowed to have pets here?
よ、誰のペットでもないよ。
What?
私がここに来る前から住み着いてたの。誰がいつどうして持ち込んだのかは不明。だからハット先輩。
So the owner must have been keeping him.
それが違うんだって。いつの間にかいたって言ってたよ。
Let's go.
だからペットっていうより同居してる感じかな。
Oh, that explains a lot now. Previously, yeah, Hatto was called a housemaid. Kotori also called him a housemaid. It's a mystery. Once she had finished feeding Hatto, Kanako got out of her seat.
さてと、一っ風呂浴びるかな。
Enjoy yourself. Don't go walking around in your underwear again, okay?
なんでよ。いいじゃん、夏なんだし。
No.
ケチ。
Kanako gives me a quick insult as she left the dining hall. Why does everyone have to insult me just before they leave? I felt as hurt as I cleaned out the dishes. Chee! This time it was Kotori poking her head into the dining hall. It was almost as she was waiting for Kanako to leave before she came in. She doesn't seem to get along well with her, so maybe she really was waiting for her to leave. I thought she might have to come to have dinner, but she appeared to be looking for something. She's looking under the table.
ハト、邪魔よ。あ
She went around the table once and then came past the counter in front of me.
あ。ね、紙見なかった？
No, I haven't. What kind of paper?
紙は紙よ。本当に見てない？
Positive. Kotori groaned while staring at my face as she was trying to see if I was telling the truth. With a straight face, I wiped the dishes with a towel. With no way to check, she went to look elsewhere. I'll put your dinner in the fridge, heat it up in the microwave and eat it later, okay? I couldn't help lying to her. I understand. The thing she was looking for was the withdrawal notice that I picked up. People were worried that if it carries on like this, she'll stop coming altogether. It looks like she's not really enjoying school. Ageha's words crossed my mind. It looks like Kotori is planning to drop out of the school. What am I doing? Why didn't I give the withdrawal notice back to her? There I stood, not even really understanding those feelings myself. Because extended wings which fly in the sky highly. Because we don't want her to withdraw from the school. And a flashbang for the end of the video.
おはようございます。
Yeah, this is the end. The next day will go to tomorrow. Now I'm gonna go and walk with my dog a little bit. And then I'll eat something as well, myself. Dude, this game is so much fun. Not gonna lie, I mean, A Sky Full of Stars, I absolutely loved it at the game. If you know, you know. I didn't like one of the girls, as you know, maybe. Over there. Over here, so far, I don't have that feeling, which is wonderful. But yes, let's cut it for today, and a continuation will be tomorrow. Hope you all have a wonderful day. consider liking the video and, you know, consider subscribing if you haven't by now. Always super appreciated. And once again, have a wonderful day. I'm out. Tomorrow will continue. Bye bye.